Welcome to this video on the fascinating concept of production externality. In this video, we shall explore the interesting world of production externality and discover how they are generated. Every production activity has a significant impact on the environment. In this video, we shall discuss two outcomes that are generated from carrying out production activities, namely positive and negative externalities. A firm uses natural resources and other inputs to carry out production. The process, besides producing goods, also generates harmful or beneficial effect on third parties. This third party is not directly involved in the production process. The effect on third parties, either positive or negative, is called production externality. Production externalities have important economic, social, political, and environmental consequences. The pictures show the thick black smoke spewing from the factories, the noise pollution that is generated by vehicles, or the light pollution also generated by the vehicles, water pollution from fertilizers and pesticides. Is there anything common among all these activities and their outcome? All these outcomes of production are a pressing issue, and that affects not only our environment but also our health and well-being. The release of harmful chemicals and pollutants from factories and vehicles contribute significantly to air, water, and soil pollution, leading to various environmental and health problems. Pesticides are used by farmers to kill pests and protect crops from diseases, but they can also harm beneficial insects, birds, and other living beings. The food we eat is contaminated with harmful substances, which is an effect we have to bear, though we were not a party to such activities. Fertilizers also provide plants with essential nutrients for growth, but they also cause soil and water pollution if not used correctly. All these thus generate effect on the larger community. These are examples of negative externalities that we encounter in our daily lives. Externalities are like a shadow that follow the production process, leaving behind a trail of harm that affects everyone, from the workers in the factory to the people who breathe the polluted air or drink the contaminated water, or even the animals which are affected by negative externalities. The important thing is that the producers of these negative externalities do not compensate the bystanders for this negative outcome. When it comes to economics, graphs are powerful tools that can help us visualize and understand the idea that we describe. This diagram explains negative production externality. On the vertical axis, we show the cost and benefits. On the lower axis, we are showing the quantity of goods produced. We have two upward sloping curves. The green curve, which is the marginal private cost. Marginal private cost is the cost incurred by the firm for the inputs that are used in the production process. The red upward sloping curve is the marginal social cost, which is the cost including the damages that are caused to the environment by the production process. Downward sloping curve is the marginal social benefit curve. Under free market conditions, the output will be decided at QM, where the marginal private cost curve intersects a marginal benefit curve, and the price that is determined is OP. Now you can also observe that the red curve, the marginal social cost curve, is above the marginal private cost curve by the vertical distance AC. Distance is the negative externality that is caused to the environment because the firm does not bear this cost of production. Now let us look at the socially optimum output that should be produced. The socially optimum output should be only OQM1 because it is at point B where the marginal social cost curve is intersecting the marginal benefit curve. This gives us an output of OQM1 and the price of OP1. Compare the free market condition to the socially optimum condition, we find that the goods are sold at a lower price because because social cost is not considered, and also there is an overproduction of that good by the amount Q1M. Now this, so AC, the distance between a marginal social cost and marginal private cost is AC, which is the cost for producing, additional cost for producing 1 unit. Then when we extend that additional cost to the total excess unit that are produced, which is Q1M, QM, then that red triangle ABC is the additional cost that the society has to bear for the additional goods that are produced. Now, this ABC is known as deadweight loss to society because the society cannot recover this cost. So, this is how we explain negative production externality with the help of a diagram. Now, let us look into positive production externality. Let's now look at the following examples. When households or businesses switch to using renewable energy like solar or wind power and installing rainwater harvesting or the water treatment plant or waste treatment plants, then these are examples of positive externality. Recycling paper, for example, saves trees and reduces greenhouse gas emissions. Recycling plastic can help reduce the amount of plastic waste that ends up in the oceans and harms marine life, and reduce the amount of waste that goes into the landfills. Recycling metal helps in conserving the mining of minerals and metals. When governments invest in creating and maintaining protected areas such as national park, then it provides recreational opportunities for visitors and generate positive externalities by preserving biodiversity, providing ecosystem services like clean water, and supporting the livelihood of local communities. The other example is that of farmers adopting sustainable agriculture practices like crop rotation or conservation tillage. In this case, it not only benefits their own bottom line but also generates positive externalities by reducing soil erosion, improving water quality, and preserving biodiversity. By recognizing and promoting these positive externality, policymakers and businesses can help create a more sustainable and prosperous future for everyone. Now let us explain positive production externality with the help of a diagram. In the diagram, we show a cost, benefit, and price on the vertical axis and quantity produced on the horizontal axis. The upward sloping curve, MPC or marginal private cost curve, is higher than the marginal social cost curve, and the downward sloping marginal benefit curve. This curve, you can see that the marginal private cost curve is positioned above the marginal social cost curve, and under free market condition, the output will be decided at OQM with price OP because at point A, the marginal private cost curve intersects a marginal social benefit curve. Now, what is the socially optimum amount of goods that should be produced and at what price should be sold? The socially optimum amount that should be produced is where the marginal private cost should be equal to marginal social benefit. This happens at point C. At point C, the good should be produced at lower price P1 and more of that good should be produced. That is, QM1 unit extra should be produced for the society because that is a benefit that the society enjoys because of that firm producing that particular good. Now, the firm does not produce at OP1 and produce OQM quantity, then the society has a loss of AB per unit, and for the total goods that are produced, the society loses the triangle ABC, which is the dead weight to society. What you can see from the diagram is that the socially optimum quantity and price is different from what is actually produced under the free market condition. The socially optimum situation is when this beneficial good is produced more in quantity and sold at a lower price, but that is not possible for the society, for the firm, and therefore the firm do not produce this quantity in adequate numbers. We can see from this diagram that the society gets an extra benefit of the vertical distance, which is shown written as extra benefit. Now, the socially desirable or the optimum number of units that should be produced is OQM1. This OQM1 is arrived at the position where the marginal cost curve intersects the marginal benefit curve at point C, and the output is fixed at OQM1, and the price is now lower at price P1. However, the firm will not be able to produce it at such lower price, and therefore will not be able to produce an extra amount QM1. Thus, the difference between the marginal social cost and marginal private cost, AB, is the loss per unit that is not produced. And if you consider the total output, then it becomes ABC for the output OQM1. So ABC is the total loss that the society will incur if the goods are not produced. Firm will not be interested in producing this extra benefit, and therefore the governments will have to intervene into the production of that particular good. What is the way ahead? The way ahead is to recognize and promote the positive externalities. For example, if more solar energy plants have to be installed or water treatment plant have to be installed, the government has to recognize the benefits that these installation provides to the society, and therefore encourage the production or installation of such plants. Recognizing and promoting the positive externalities, we can create a more sustainable and resilient future for the planet. And these government interventions, such as the use of subsidies, will be discussed in another video. Thank you for watching this video. The next video will be on consumption externality. Please do subscribe to this channel and watch this video. It means a lot to me to produce more videos that can benefit serious students who are interested in environmental economics.